Hello and welcome to EBAday 2022 in Vienna. I'm Hannah Wallace and joining me in the studio now is Krzysztof Hoffman from Aion Bank and Jolanda Schekermans from Form 3. Hello to the both of you. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you for having us.
Really good to have you in the studio. I know you would have been busy out there having many discussions about the payments landscape and some of the opportunities it presents, but I want to talk first about some of the challenges that we're seeing in this space today. So, Krzysztof, coming to you first, could you expand on those for us?
Thank you. Definitely, there was a lot of interesting discussion around panels today, yesterday. But one of the biggest challenge, in my opinion, this is the access to the payment schemes and payment ecosystem. Especially right now, when the payments, especially the instant one, grow rapidly, all players should have access and offer the services to end user based on the ecosystem and access to the instant payment. Especially right now when clients and users required access to the digital channels, payments in the right context. So they would like to receive and have access to the payments in the moment when they would like to send the transaction. And this is the key challenge to receive the access for many banks due to the limitation of the systems and of course some regulatory changes. But I think that the biggest issue is the access to the schemes based on the technology. And this is part of the discussions that payment as a system, payment as a service is the remedium for that through the cooperation you have the access to the schemes.
All right, so there's some mention of regulation there. So Jolanda, I want you to expand on that because with all the regulation we're seeing today, there is a big wave of it.
Yeah.
Where is the main impact coming from?
I think payments and regulation been quite a journey, and it's pretty relentless right now. It comes from all angles. I think regulators are really mainly focusing right now on supply chain and outsourcing. The newest regulation that's coming up is the DORA regulation, the Digital Operational Resilience Act, with very short timelines. It still needs to be signed off, but 2023-24 is basically tomorrow. And it's going to impact any type of financial institution and cloud provider. So it's pretty heavy impact. That means that the focus needs to be on that because it's regulation, and also means that where maybe they would have focused more on other changes, banks have to shift their plans a little.
Sure, definitely. There is a lot to consider with all of this change, all right?
Yeah.
So how do we keep up with that? And what are we seeing, the shift in strategies, for example? And are payments really all that complex, Jolanda?
I think personally not. I think to put it a bit blunt, a payment is a payment. What makes it more difficult is the ecosystem in which they operate. The demand of the consumers and corporates is higher on data and speed, and that then in itself brings the needed change in the back offices of organizations. That is a big impact and makes it more complex. And the regulations, of course, that you need to adhere to, that just seem to never be stopping. Of course, that comes with innovation, but that is a constant flow of change for organizations.
And Krzysztof, is there anything you'd like to add? How are you seeing strategies change?
Yeah, full agree with Jolanta because definitely the process is pretty easy. This is the payments. From the consumer perspective, client's perspective, even it is seamless or wireless. But from the operational perspective, especially once the regulations are changing, this is the complex. But this is the role for us, for like Form 3 Aions, where we offer such solution. And once the financial institution, banks, as we discussed yesterday, today, cooperate with us in terms of the payment as a service solution, the risk and mandatory changes, regulatory changes, is on us. So in this case, the financial institution can focus on the business to develop the additional value, business value for the end user, and we keep the rest on our side.
All right, okay, that's interesting. So watch this space, it's safe to say. Krzysztof, Jolanda, thank you so much for sharing your insights. I'll let you get back to the event so you can continue those important discussions, but thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.